Man, what up, Mark?
I got my friend Umberto down the street.
And Kyle, what's up, brother? We got Chris in here. What's up, Chris? What up, Mark? What's going on? Are you going to give us the NFT update? Oh, what up, Norman? David,
Hey. I want to know who the fuck is the real comic book community? Who? Is it this weirdo?
What up, C-Bizzle?
Station.
Good to see you, man. Thanks for jumping on.
What's up, guys?
What up, Digger Jim?
Like,
What's
yeah.
up, Travis? What up,
Bro?
Rude? Mike would be a great guy to tell a story.
What's going on, Blake?
Scotty, are you involved? Hey, what up, Drac? Good to see you, homie. What up, BLC? How you doing, brother?
What's going on, man?
Remy Q, what's up, my guy? Hey, what up, Carrie?
Yes,
She let it-
I Google things.
God,
I think it's
big
funny,
in the
though,
house.
that-
What's up, dude?
Biggie.
What up, LCS? You know anything about this?
Circumstance, can you hum it for us?
No. dun, 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 dun. What up, man? Spine Six crew in the house.
Oh, you look especially shiny today, Phil.
Trav, the shipping guru. What's up, my dude? What's up, Taki? What's up, man? Rob's Fat Stacks. Are you here to stop FOC? Shout out to Frog Brawler. What's up, Alan? Comic Viking.
You're right, guys.
Cuppy's in the house. From my guy Flo.
What's up, baby?
Uh-oh, we got another first-time appearance. Great show tonight. Lady Fantastic in this Christmas. What up, Mad Spidey? Thanks for coming through, my
Finally,
man.
get
How you
on
doing?
one.
I'm in for so much stuff.
We got Papa in the house.
Are you doing okay today?
I'm gonna beat the shit out of you.
Okay.
Especially with Comics Curing Cancer having their own booth, I'd absolutely want to support that great effort. Plug into them on Instagram if you're not already plugged in. It's an amazing charity that's doing great things with the power of this comic book community. They've already raised nearly $10,000, and we're not even to the big event that's going to go down in October, where you'll have a chance at some great slabs, some great raw comics, some great original art. All kinds of stuff is going to be poured in to support this great cause. Last year, they were able to raise $50,000. We've got great expectations, great hopes that the community can come out and make it even bigger this year.
And you know, I'll be looking at asses and shit, and I seen little yoga pants coming out the nail salon. So I peeped the ass out, and I was like, damn, she thick as fuck. Turn around, TT. I was like, damn, nigga, what you doing out here with all this ass? Double cheeked up on a Thursday afternoon, hella ass. The sun is still out, my nigga, and it was just, I don't know. I mean, that's the whole.
Haters gonna hate.
Butts.
What up? What up? What up? It is Tuesday once again, and we are back for another FOC and chill. And I'm always super tired right up until the show. I'm like, oh, do I want to do the show? I'm so tired. I could really go to bed. But then right when it gets time to go live, I start getting hype, start getting ready to go, get ready for episode 66 of FOC and chill. Link is in the chat. What are we going to talk about this week? Oh, we already got somebody in. Cliff is here, ready to rock and roll. We got Gay Cliff today.
Yep, it's that.
Straight.
I gotta represent 365, baby, 24/7. And
We got
on leap years.
Kevin, Entropy Comics, is in the house, and I was weirded out the other day when you guys were on the stream. Kevin had his hat off and his hair flowing, and we had straight Cliff with the trucker cap, and it was throwing everything off. But good to see you guys. What's up, Kevin?
What you talking about? Throwing everything off? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean?
I love
What do you mean,
straight
bro?
Cliff
What do you
voice.
mean?
Straight
You got
Cliff
problems?
voice is my favorite.
You got
Is that
problems?
how straight people sound to you?
Yeah, that's exactly what straight people sound like to me. The rest of you all sound like a 2 on the Kinsey scale.
We got Las Cruces in the house. What's up, New Mexico? Good to see you, my man. Always appreciate you showing love. My Instagram homie Eli G is here showing some love. Good to see you, my man. Tyler Shattered Glass Collectibles has got to show love to his Indiana Fever. I respect it. I actually got some gamble. I got some bets on Indiana Fever. I think the main one is I got Caitlin's under on rebounds. But yeah, I respect it, dog. Thanks for coming through and saying what's up. Trev doing double time. If you're looking for Trev, you can find him streaming over on Paul and his amazing friend 619. Definitely check them out. They start an hour and a half before I do, so it's another place to hang out on Tuesday nights. Of course, you got Gary B, the casual comic guy, another great place. Usually no good, and John's Comics with Kids stream. Although I haven't been seeing them streaming past couple of weeks, but usually they got some X-Men stuff going on. So Tuesday's a great night. We got my man, my comic book dad, Lorenzo. Check him out on Instagram, Alternative City Comics. He's been working on some art, working on some new material, and I'm excited for him. So definitely plug into what he's got going on over there. Phil's Treehouse is in the house. Never enough, Phil's. Good to see you, my man. Digger Jim is here, my beautifully freckled friend. Good to see you. I appreciate you joining us. DVH is up late across the pond. Thanks, DVH. I always appreciate you taking the time to come through for a little FOC and chill, as some may say.
Oh my goodness.
Evil. What's up, Mike? Good to see you, my man. Had a great time with him at Heroes Con in Charlotte. It was so good to meet him in person, man. And I can't wait to do it again. Really looking forward to the next time. Thanks for coming through. Gay Cliff is here. There he is in the chat. Frog Brawler. What up, my man? Good to see you, my dude. Ben Compton is here. What up, Ben? That's my guy. Longest intro ever, but the show is worth it. Oh, Beckerman being a little nicer. You know, you do have to have a bit of an intro, Beckerman, because you got to let the people come in. You know, everybody's not there from Jump Street. So I give them a little bit of entertainment. Every YouTube channel does it. How was it?
Like, is it 30 seconds?
No, it's usually like a minute, 2 minutes.
Oh, knock it down, baby. Knock it down.
No,
Just
I
trim.
think that's because I'm entertaining you. I'm bringing you clips, funny clips. I'm throwing stuff. No, I'm not budging on that one. I think 2 minutes.
See, this is what happens. You're all temperamental artists. I offer a smidge of constructive criticism, and it's a nightmare. I'm not budging. It's going to be 2 minutes, and you keep it up, Clip. It's going to be 3 minutes next week.
How dare I disagree with you? What was I thinking? We got Jeffrey Daniels in the house. Never enough butts. Thanks for joining us, my man. I actually 1,000% agree. We got K-Pop here. Good to see you, K-Pop. Ooh, I missed somebody here. Jagular. What's up, man? That's a new name for me. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us. Are you streaming me, Cliff? Is this you really bringing these new people in?
Yes.
We got Swagged Up, who I learned his real name. I don't know if I'm allowed to give it out, but I learned his real name at the comic shop. The lady working there came up to me and mentioned you, Swagged Up, but she said your government name. I was like, I don't know who the hell that is. Oh, you mean Swagged Up? Oh, okay. That's his government name. Okay. So what's up, Swagged Up? Good to see you. Looking forward to the wrestling show that we'll be hitting up with Beckerman. Meatwad number 1 is here. Good to see you, my dude. Thanks for coming.
Jeffrey's one of yours.
Strange.
Strange is mine. Strange is mine.
Strange Dog Comic. What's up, my man? Good to see you. Thank you for joining us again through the Gay Cliff today. The Great Legend Show. He's got a great radio voice, guys. Check him out, man. He's really got like that professional radio voice. Good to see you, my man. Thanks for coming through. Who else we got in here? Jeffrey, do you have an IG or Twitter? I need swag to get an IG. I don't know what his problem is. I've been asking him.
Yeah, like some people don't, and they're like, you're like, come to us, come to IG where all the goodies
it's where we are, man. Come on, it's where we're hanging out. See, Bizzle is Izzle. What's up, my man? Good to see you.
My beloved Council Comics brother, and unfortunately, I'll beat him in the first Izzyverse, comic book battle.
Do you mean that? I don't feel like you mean that.
Did I mean it? That unfortunately I beat him?
I don't think you mean unfortunately.
Oh no, I love that I won, but I really love him.
I feel
And
like that's when my wife says sorry. When my wife says sorry, it's always sarcastic. It's never meant. She never means it.
so she takes a short box of yours and like a cat pushes it into a dumpster and goes, "Oops, sorry," like one of those.
Oh, we got Carlito. That's one of yours. Good to see you, Carlito. Thanks for jumping. I'll take you any way I can get you. We got Comic Cat Collectibles in the hizzy. Another one coming in from the Cliffy baby. Big time. Jerry the Jitterbug coming in here as well. Good to see you, Jerry. I saw CJ being super nice to you in the chat. I was like, wow, what do you got to do to get CJ to be that nice to you?
You gotta be a freaking wizard, a master comic restoration wizard, and he is.
Shout out to Frog for bringing in me a new viewer. What's up, Frog? That's my dude right there. We are excited for some local wrestling. I'm going to try and get me a good video about it. Okay, yeah, okay, Dion then. All right. She's like, something about Dion. Dion was asking about you. I was like, what? Who's Dion? I don't know who that is. Oh, Swagda. Gotcha. Carlito is here in the real place to be. So I think I'm nearly caught up, man, with the chat. It's going to be good to hang out. Looking forward to it for sure. But man, there's no drama for me, but except for there is one thing that had me triggered this week. And it was Jim Lee trending on Twitter. And
people are dumb. I am so tired of everyone being dumb. All right? Leave him alone. Yes, his prices are high. The man is busy, so you got to pay if you want him to be busy. You know damn well if you're going to see him at a show, it's going to be totally different. I do not understand what is wrong with everybody. They need to chill the FOC out.
Yeah, man. I try really hard not to let stupid people get to me, but stupid people were getting to me on this one. The sense of entitlement was crazy. They were like, oh, yeah, but if he charges that much, that means I can't afford one. Well, who the fuck says that you should be? I can't afford a yacht. Does that mean that we shouldn't have yachts because I can't afford one? No, that's not how things work. Rich people afford things you can't afford.
Everything's supposed to be accessible to everyone. This is bullshit. It's not equal. Burn it down.
I was triggered, man. I saw some people saying,
you know, Mark, I know your intention, yet you're saying things that really turn me on.
Yes.
I'm just here to fire Marcus up. That's all.
I work hard not to get fired. You don't want to see me fired up. I'm not a cool person fired up. That's why I try so hard.
Oh my God, Marcus, I just want you fired up, and I want you on my team when you're fired up. That's all I want.
I don't like myself. Like that dude who was all like douchey when I was going after what's his fit Decor. I mean, I don't like that version of myself. It's not a cool person in my mind. So that's why I work so hard not to care, because you can only control so much. And so I focus on caring about the things I can control. Because people getting mad about Jim Lee charging whatever the fuck price he wants.
Yeah, you know what's funny? Before the third 34K, they still couldn't afford him. It isn't like they just got priced out. Like you were already priced out.
But they're so dumb. If you look at his show appearances and you look at the packages for his show appearances,
thousands of dollars.
No, like the one for next month was like $250.
No.
Yes.
You might get a signature for that.
You're not getting a full figure, but I'm
saying you won't even get a remark for that. His last
you are getting a remark because there's a lot of factors in between, and mainly it's if he's doing a show with like a management company. I can't think of the name. Right?
It doesn't matter. I get it.
But usually those people are what bring in the extra extravagant stuff versus like him doing a less extravagant show and like a better price package. We're like, hey, you're going to get a couple signatures. You're going to get a head sketch. It's $250 or $350 and wrap it up. Again, a little expensive, not impossible. But yes, then those bigger shows, it's
exactly. Yeah, last time I saw his price list for one of his appearances, it was like $500 for the remark.
And these are the same people who want AI to take over. It's like, man,
But I'm
come
sure it
on.
can change from location to location, like you're pointing out. That was just the last one that I remember reading when he was going to an event. I don't remember what con it was. It feels like it's been a little while. He's trying you up, Marcus. You gonna take the bait? You gonna take the bait? I see the one. Let's talk about the bait performance.
Oh God, no,
CJ's trying so hard. Go.
where's
CJ,
the
get him. Get
dude?
him,
I am
CJ.
not here. I'll say one thing. I mean, we can talk about the debate. I don't care, but
It was
like
boring.
I usually watch. I've watched every single debate since 2000. Every single one. I did not watch a single. I watched one answer from Trump, and then I watched Biden follow up, and I was like, nope, I'm not doing this. And this is the first one I haven't watched in 24 years. I was like, I'm not about to sit through this, and I'm glad that I didn't. And I don't even care. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to hear about it. It's super depressing to me, and it's something that I cannot control. So I'm focused on not caring about it as much as possible.
Well, keeping it in line with this show, it goes back to what we talked about a handful of weeks ago on this show. Looks like they are going to replace him, probably.
I doubt it, but there's a chance, though. I doubt it, though. He was really bad. They could. He was so bad. I mean, they were both terrible, but golly, how come nobody's talking about replacing Trump? Like, I don't get that part. Like, how come there's only talk on one end? Like, they were both. I watched one answer, but like those one answer from each of them was.
Well, I think it's just on because it's not. They're not kind of trying to replace him because they don't like him or because he's bad or this or that. They wouldn't replace a candidate for that. Like history's proven, they don't care how bad a candidate is. It's because he physically can't complete the task.
There's really no one else, though. That's the problem for them.
Well, I disagree. I think that's the good thing. There's plenty of other people on both sides. There's politicians galore. And I cannot wait to get past the next 4 years because once we do, we're back to the era where they name a politician and we say, "Who the fuck is that?" Because they're not posterized. They're not like in the headlines. They're not interesting. They're just boring ass politicians.
Trump's gonna get a third term.
Oh no! Oh no!
They're gonna change the constitution.
Or worse, his son will run.
Is his son?
No, I don't think his son's got the chops to do it like that. I really don't.
I don't think you need the chops. Like,
I mean, that's fair.
He
doesn't seem to have what his dad.
Chops are not a requirement to hold office, bro.
He doesn't seem to have what his daddy's got. I could be wrong. I've been wrong 1,000 times, so who knows? But it's like comic journey, and this is something that's so weird to me. It's like if you talk to me, I was like, yeah, they're both really old. They both don't seem to entirely have it together. You know, God, I mean, I feel bad for Biden every time I see him struggling to come up with an answer. And you have Trump who thinks airplanes were in the Revolutionary War. It's like but you have these people, and it's the culture war, right? It's a function of the culture wars. Depending on what your team is, you're blind to your own guy's problems, and you're just supremely focused on the other guy. And we can see here, comic journaling only talking about one side, so. He's clearly chosen
always
side.
culture war, and like you do it with sports teams. I mean, that's not you're just championing your side. I think there's degrees to it.
You can't take a side in this without it being culture war.
I don't think that's fair. I think
it's 1,000% true.
I don't know.
It's not possible to pick a side.
Like I know my wife, for example, isn't up to speed at all on culture war stuff, but she votes based off the stuff she cares about. Like you can go ask her about any of the stuff that we would talk about and think it's normal as hell, and she would just be like completely not attuned to any of it.
Well, I think but if you're on here, if you like, for example, the Hawk Tua girl went on some podcast, I guess, and said that she wasn't for Trump or something, immediately part of the culture war. She chose like, it doesn't matter like how reasonable or rational your reasons are. It's just the fact that if you're publicly choosing a side, you have chosen a side in the culture war, which means ideological purity will be expected of you.
I disagree. I think the people that adhere to that would expect that of you, but the vast majority of people that vote do not participate in culture wars. I get what you're saying, and I completely agree, but I think it's just like that's to an extreme. Like,
see, you're basing that on, I think, an idealism.
No,
and I'm basing. and I'm basing it on what I see every single day on social.
Yeah, but that's because the spaces that we were in. You know what I mean? The vast majority.
But I have something I'm really basing it on, whereas you're just basing it on idealism.
Well, that's because, like, again, it's the spaces we're in, the familiarity. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're in comment sections on social media and stuff like that. More people than not. Like, we talk about, like, in relation to comic book stuff, like, with the, you know what I'm saying? Like, the reset that DC is doing, like, where we understand that, we get it, we keep up with it. We know that Superman is starting a new this or that. That's going to confuse the shit out of the normies. They don't keep up with all of that. They're going to be like, when did we get a different Superman actor? Where does this take place? And shit like that. There's a difference between the participants and the normies.
Yeah, I think we're having two different conversations, though, because I'm not talking about the normies. I'm not at all. So I think that what you're saying is true, is like there's millions of people living their lives in this country who have a guy they like better than the other. But that doesn't necessarily mean that you're fighting in the culture war.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. Yeah,
I agree with that, but I'm saying if you're publicly doing it, if you're talking about it among your friends, even, you're immediately becoming a part of the culture war 9 times out of 10. You're not allowed. This is what I'm talking about. The ideological purity is that you're not allowed to have nuance. We've talked about this before. There's no gray, there's no nuance. It's not allowed because both sides require a purity, because the stakes are so high in their mind. So because the stakes are so high, we cannot have any gray area on our side because we got to beat them.
Yeah,
that's what I mean.
I hear you. I just disagree. If you vote, if you literally mention your political beliefs, that you're automatically in a, like, adhering to your ideological purity or participating in a culture.
No. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying the individual. I'm saying the culture. I'm talking about I think
like the collective picking you up and using you in their war.
I think that we often run into this, is where you are so often focused on the micro, whereas I am so often focused on the macro. And that's certainly true here. Is like you want to talk about individual differences, where I'm talking about the overall culture.
Oh, well, you picked out an individual person specifically to use an example. I guess that's what threw me off.
Who did I pick out?
The Hawk Tuah girl. As soon as she mentioned out loud what her political view were,
she's on a podcast. Very much part of the culture. Yeah, if you're doing that, if your wife goes on that,
the individual gets picked up into the bigger picture.
Yeah, definitely. Well, obviously, Cliff is not a fan of the topic. Let's see what the.
Well, I'm not a fan of Diet Coke, but you don't see me telling him to spit it out.
Trump isn't mummified, dude. I'm not even interested. That's just absurd. Hope they replace Biden with Colin anymore. Cannon fodder, like, not interested. There's got to be better choices. And when I say there's not anybody else, there's obviously someone else, but I'm talking about in terms of the political climate and someone who can achieve what Biden's been able to achieve. I don't think there is anybody else. I really don't. But I don't know shit, so who knows? Yeah, Mark is red as hell, man. He's obviously gotten outside a little bit. I actually got.
We had a good time at the lake. Good time at the lake.
I actually got burnt and pilled because I took my kids swimming 3 days in a row, and I don't get burned, but I actually got burnt this time.
Y'all go to a pool, or do y'all have like a lake or anything?
There's a pool right by our house. Yeah, we have a pass too. So.
Peace out, guys. If I'm not voting, I'm definitely not listening.
I hate DNA betrayal when I'm out in the sun.
Oh, yay, CJ. Happy for you. Culture war is bullshit.
Did y'all watch The Acolyte?
No, yes. I'm not watching.
Politics is too much of a hot topic. Let's talk about The Acolyte.
This reminds me of a great Glenn Greenwald quote that I used to love. But yes, rooting for politicians like a sports team is dumb. Super duper. Still on Joe Walsh. Wow. That's a shocker.
That's
he switched sides, didn't he? Yeah, if I'm thinking of the right dude. Federal contrasts are, yeah. I mean, you whatever side you've chosen, you have valid arguments to make. Like, that's the problem. Is there's a real conversation to be had, but because of the war, you can't have it. Hawk Tuah girl being brought in the context is where, yeah, I thought that was sad too. I was like, why are you even asking this girl? Don't ask her to be a part of this culture war. Keep her nice and pure, and don't bring her into this. I was 1,000%.
To be fair, she has a massive country accent and wore like a 10-gallon cowboy hat on the interview. So did they need to ask?
Well, doesn't that mean wouldn't that, I mean, if we're going by stereotypes, wouldn't that
Yeah.
mean she was pro-Trump, though? You would expect her to be.
Oh, isn't that what you said? I didn't watch the podcast. I thought that's what you said.
No, she was anti-Trump. She's well, I mean, I wouldn't say anti-Trump. She just said no. I didn't actually watch it because
So we're all back.
I really do. I don't give a fuck. I saw the headline. She said no to Trump or something.
Yeah, I shared a clip of the podcast a couple of days ago, just an IG clip, just showing where she was out there because she was talking about how she made like $65,000 in merchandise alone from that.
Good for her.
Yeah, and she was able to quit her job, and she's got a new career now. She's going to be a podcaster.
Good for her. I think that you should cash in on those moments.
Yeah, she said her life changed overnight.
Absolutely,
it is overnight.
And she said her parents were fine with it. They understand.
I was thinking about that too. I was like, if my daughter is a grown ass woman, I'm not going to hold her to some Puritan standard that we seem to put on our daughters.
Well, the little clip was great because she has like this bubbly personality, like she did in that clip, and she's like, "Oh, my parents know who I am. I'm myself around them, and they know not to know what comes out of my mouth and just to roll their eyes." I'm like, "Yeah, that's parents."
Yeah. Let your kids be themselves, man. I agree with that 1,000%.
I love that I come from an environment of, let your kids be themselves. Only 60 or 70% of the time, depending on the day.
Dope Comics wants to know any Doomsday news.
No.
Is that DC or is that actual Doomsday?
No, you're talking about DC. The end of the House of Brainiac thing had a tease for Doomsday breaking out of hell. Cliff, you read that one shot a handful of months back, didn't you?
Yep.
How hell can't even contain him, and blood.
And then the spirits in hell form a wall to prevent him from escaping. And Supergirl and Martian Manhunter leave. Supergirl's horrified that hell is real, right? Which, by the way, DC really playing games. Hell is real, but somehow you can disconnect the wrath of God from the playing field. Don't get me started. Okay.
Elaborate on that real quick, because that was something I actually had an issue with the comic recently.
I am furious. I thought that was absolute garbage.
Are we talking about the same book here?
We're talking about the same book. I thought that was absolute garbage.
A fantastic story overall.
No.
Can we just be specific now, or what? Are we still going
to? No, in Absolute Power, number one, they're cutting everybody off left and right from everything, right? So
before that, even I don't know if you saw it. It was just, I think it was in the Beast. What was it? Beast World, when they just kind of like did a who's who of people that were on the screen, right? Like, or on the page. And it said the Spectre, and it didn't say Wrath of God. It said something else. Now I'm trying to remember what issue it was, and I immediately thought, I'm like, if they backpedal from the Spectre being the Wrath of God, because they established it, like it's mentioned regularly, the Spectre is the wrath of God, and as Batman put it right before Justice League wrapped up, when the Justice League were assumed dead, there's a story arc with the Spectre right before that of Jim Corrigan getting retethered to the Spectre, and when they were confronting the untethered Spectre, the Justice League were like, holy shit, this is the wrath of God, like God, and Batman's response is like, yes, the one with a capital G, referring to a specific God, because numerous gods exist in DC Comics, but they were trying to say this is the one that is attached to like the Bible God. So it's always been that, and it looks like DC's trying to backpedal that, and it was definitely a Tom Taylor book, so I'm thinking it was Beast World, but I saw where he does exist in the realm of what they consider supernatural, so they did do all the locking out of the supernatural entities. But it's normal for Jim to untether, isn't it?
There's usually like a good
reason.
Yeah, so I was just like, oh, really? They found a way to untether the wrath of God? Like, I was very unpleased.
Well, he sent him off. They didn't remove him from Jim Corrigan. His line of dialogue was go, was telling the Spectre to go.
Hey, what up, Alan?
It looked. I'll read it again, but I'll go back to read it again because it looked questionable.
I'm behind.
Go grab the one reader copy.
I need to catch up on a lot, but tomorrow will be a good day to get doing that. I might play hooky from work even and do that. we'll see. I haven't even read Something Is Killing the Children. I usually read that right away.
So you
Oh, my
obviously read it, Cliff. Do you remember like that DC Connect cover from last month where it was teasing Absolute Power and had a blacked out character like who's going to be the last addition to Waller's army? It was like a mystery. I predicted that it was going to be a specific character, and at the end of this book, at the end of Absolute Power 1, I'm like, it is that character because we have Superman in the black suit, so it made me think, let's homage some black suit era Superman. What else was going on? And the silhouetted character had like you can tell it had some mechanical parts on it. I'm like, it's got to be a cyborg Superman just to spit in Superman's face. Who would be the meanest one to do to him? And they picked the meanest one.
Oh, Bobby's on that.
I thought that was pretty open, especially because Bizarro's been on some shit.
Damn, everybody's drinking tonight. What the hell?
It's a drinking kind of time. It's a drink time.
Maybe I should go get some. I don't even have any Crown though. I need to get some.
No. As someone who works in recovery, no, I'm not. We don't need to drink. We just need our basic beverages. We're fine. Me and my basic bitch Diet Coke.
Oh, I can't drink diet. Okay,
CJ, you would know if it was my feet.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
It's in the middle of an what kind of investigation?
If the toes look like phalanges, that's how
they look like they could sign them.
Yeah.
Hey, we got Dave, still only 35 in the house. Great meeting you in Charlotte, man. Such a good time. Thanks for coming through, homie. We got Mella Dope. What's up, dog? Good to see you, my man. Appreciate you coming through. Any other drama besides the Jim Lee drama? That was the only thing that triggered me this week. I've been avoiding political trigger stuff. I just don't want to.
I was pretty infuriated when the Night's Watch betrayed Jon Snow and stabbed him 5 times in the stomach and left him for dead, calling him a traitor at the end of season 5 of Game of Thrones.
Really?
Like
and that shit matters because
I was gonna say, you and the others who are giving it a good old rewatch, I'm like, wow, your cast iron stomachs are wonderful. Good for you.
Well, keep in mind there's 8 seasons, and that means you have like 7.5 seasons of top-notch television. So
until it gets ruined by it's not good anymore because the end makes it mean nothing. I'm not doing this again.
There's 2 shows. There's 2 shows I can't watch because the ending pissed me off so bad.
Oh, what's the second one? What's the second one?
How I Met Your Mother.
Oh, and Dave, Jim Lee has been trending on Twitter, and mostly he's been trending because people have been defending him. But there was a moment where people were attacking Jim Lee because his commissions are like $20,000, $35,000 for him to do a commission, and people were arguing that was too high, as if their arguments mattered, which was just absurd. So people were triggering me because they were feeling entitled to a Jim Lee sketch, as if they should be able to afford one. You know, God determined that everyone should be able to afford a Jim Lee sketch. So we were just talking about the absurdity of that and the entitlement that people feel is just crazy.
Marcus, you watching House of the Dragon?
We've been over this, dude.
I forgot.
Again, he's not because he's still bitter. But Marcus, as someone else who is bitter, let me assure you, this is a superior show. And these people, the people who created this show, swore that they are dedicated to delivering a great show, and they will not pull any of the bullshit that those other showrunners did.
Oh wow! Remember, you said you're going to wait to see when it's all said and done. If it's done properly,
if they do it right, then I got a whole bunch of great TV to watch.
Yeah, do you plan on doing it by season potentially, or are you just going to wait till the whole?
No, I'm going to wait till it's all done. Yeah, for sure.
Well, I would implore you to not necessarily wait like 8 years.
I don't trust these people, dude. Not one bit.
That's fair.
Not one bit. Dude, they hurt me. I invested. Do you know how many people I pulled into Game of Thrones? I was watching that show from season 1, and I was a fanatic about it.
Everyone was.
No, but not in the beginning. Not everyone was in the beginning. And so for me to go around and be known as the guy saying you guys got to watch this show, and for it to end the way that it is, it burned a bridge. And like I said, if they get to the end and it's all over and people say, wow, they finished that and they wrapped it up so beautifully, then I got a whole bunch of great TV to watch.
CJ.
And Frog, you don't have to care, man. You just don't have to care. And what I see watching people interact is like, it's such a waste of time. No one is actually arguing, right? No one's actually considering anything. Yeah. It's such a waste of time. It's a contest of trying to hurt someone's feelings. And I'm just not interested in a lot of butts. Lost. I'll never watch Lost for that reason.
Oh, I love that show, man.
I'll never watch that show.
It suffered through the writer's strike, but it made it out the other side.
I would never watch that show because that's one of those shows that had no direction and they're just kind of winging it as they go. And that I don't like that kind of writing where you're winging it.
I don't think it was.
Everybody I talked to that loves that show said they were clearly winging it. They were clearly winging it.
No, they did lose something with the writer's strike. But also, I have a very different feeling on Lost. I didn't hate the ending, but again, as usual, it is an event in my life attached to grief. So
the whole show was grief.
I know, but so I had been like watching the show very not seriously, very casually, right? But my coworker really loved it. So when my coworker unalived himself, I rewatched everything and then watched the final season faithfully every single week to finish because I felt like I was finishing the show for him.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of things that I wish they had handled better in the last season.
They did, Dave.
But ultimately, it was pretty good. It did not leave me infuriated, so it's a win.
You didn't like tear up at the end?
Oh yeah, I cried.
Okay. You're human. Okay, just making sure you went from it didn't leave me infuriated. Yeah, I shed tears. Yeah, let's get real here.
Well, I know, but, we all know I'm a softie.
Uh-oh.
Well, I've been ran for a long time too, and the writer's strike's just like a small part of the totality of that series. It was great. Then it dipped and bounced right back up post writer's strike, and they had to do a little. They didn't just get right back on the horse. They had to do a little shifting from the strike season, and get everything back on the rails. But it did fine. It did fine, all things considered.
Now we got Cliff bringing in Perry, so there goes the neighborhood.
No, Perry's on your channel.
I don't even know Perry Gaming. I know Perry Comics. I don't know.
He's on both. He's on both.
What up, Perry? Good to see you.
Hashtag Perry Queef.
We got Black Spiders in the house. Heroes was a show that started off so great in that season 1.
And yeah, that was the writer's strike was a disaster for them.
Yeah, it killed that show.
Season 3, they didn't know what to do. Season 4 had a few hits, but they couldn't
get it back on track. They didn't have like David Lindelof and stuff to.
They needed to hire the dude from Pushing Daisies full time. Instead, they hired him for a few episodes, which were great. I was like, this dude knows how to pull it together. Go get him.
The season 1 was like peak television.
It really
Aren't they bringing something back, like a special or a TV movie or something?
Listen, they already did that Heroes series a few years ago that was not great, so they could just let it be over.
Oh, I forgot to watch
Heroes Reborn or something like that.
Yeah, Heroes Reborn. Oh my God, what's her name's kid? The cheerleaders' kids. When they touch hands, they create a super explosion. But you have to have somebody in the middle to release it. So like, Cornroom Glasses had to sacrifice himself to save the Earth.
Moral of the story: don't touch tips.
Always,
especially when you're twins.
Never when you're twins.
Good to see you, Chris. We need you back around here to keep Mark in check. It's very necessary. Save the cheerleader, save.
That slogan was the shit. That was the shit.
I loved
the
it.
First time I saw the trailer, and it was like she was giving her friend the little video recorder. It's like, all right, you got it. You're filming, and they're at like the construction site. And she's jumping off. Like breaking her arm and getting up and just putting it back into place. You're like, oh my God, what show is this? What is this about? heroes. I'm like, oh shit.
The episode that got me is when Siler is president pretending to be Peter's brother.
Right, but not knowing that he's pretending because they brainwashed him into being.
No. In this one, in this iteration of it, he actually reveals himself to be Siler, and he starts cutting off her head. But then something happens to where it's not real or something. I can't remember exactly. But it was just so awesome when he revealed himself to be Siler. Siler was.
I want to rewatch Heroes.
It was dope. It was like episode 25 or something. There was a ton of episodes in that first season.
What I'm finding out with a lot of stuff, especially movies, I'm wondering how true it is with some of these TV shows, is the stuff that we look back on from 10, 15 years ago that like disappointed us. If you go back and watch it today, you're like, this is not nearly as bad as I remember. I don't know if it's just from the nostalgia, if it's from the amount of bad stuff that we've watched between then and now. Because there's a lot of good stuff out there, but you still end up watching a lot of bad stuff that's turned out to be worse. But
later, CJ, thanks for coming through, homie. Always appreciate you, even your trolling.
That's his best quality.
It is his best quality, actually. It's
that
true.
Is not a selling point, folks. But like,
I mean, for some people it is. As a troll myself, I appreciate it.
You know what? I thought you wanted to leave troll circumstances in the past, but no.
I would never leave him. What are you talking about? No.
What you said earlier about you don't want to get me angry. Oh, I guess trolling and anger.
That's different. Yeah.
He said I didn't leave.
When I actually care, that's not trolling. That's getting emotionally invested in dumb shit. I'm not doing that.
Emotionally invested is terrible.
Dude, yeah. And that's part of the reasons why I have to not care is because I do get emotionally. I'm an emotional motherfucker. I really am.
Yeah, I don't know. My care level is really bad. You know?
You gotta check it.
There's like general empathy, then I escalate to Hulk Cliff, then Magneto Cliff, then Dark Phoenix Cliff, you know.
Dark Phoenix Cliff never not make me laugh. I want to see Dark Phoenix Cliff. Cliff doesn't know what trolling is.
Of course I know what trolling is. I opened the dictionary, your picture's right there. The real one where you're eating with Namen.
Yeah, but I think a lot of us feel like we're doing people say, oh, I have to care about the culture war because my life, it depends on it. And that's, I understand where people are coming from, but like a lot of us think that like affecting change is being an asshole on social media. And that's not affecting change. You're just being an asshole. And I think that's a lot of, that a lot of us think that that's democracy. I think for a long time, I thought that was democracy.
Is that the kind of democracy that you spread across the universe?
Yeah, that's managed democracy.
Managed democracy. How many times have you shouted, "You shall not pass" while you play that game?
All the time.
I've never seen it. I just have to envision you doing all these things.
I actually played it for the first time in a while yesterday. It's still fun. DVH says he's watching True Detective on season 3. Not sure what the big deal is. Season 1 was great, and season 2 is actually great, but it wasn't great until I went and read a synopsis of what actually happened because I didn't really understand what was happening in season 2. And I haven't watched season 3. That's the one with Mahershala, right? And then season 4 has Jodie Foster, which everybody was raving about that one. So I need to catch up on that one as well. I guess you're not feeling it, DVH. Anybody else watch it?
Mm-mm.
Oh, you're definitely trolling, CJ. What are you talking about? What do you mean if you think I'm trolling? You're constantly trolling. Like the time that he jumped on my live stream and started playing the latest episode of The Boys. Streaming it.
I'm back.
Not trolling my ass. Get out of here. All right. Any other drama that we need to talk about? Chat. Anything else you guys got? Anything you're triggered about? Jim Lee was the only thing that triggered me. Having 2 shitty candidates for president was kind of triggering.
Yo, Superman Legacy has me a little bit triggered. I'm like, every day, I'm like, oh, what's happening?
Triggered in a bad way?
In a concerned way. I'm more concerned than excited, and I don't love that.
There's no reason. Yeah, you're worried. That's just silly. You can't control any of it. Just let it happen. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Marcus, I can't control anything. I know it's silly, right? I really love Superman. Like it is what it is, right? Like you can say it, but that's like logical, but like we're not entirely logical beings. Like my love of Superman is telling me like, baby, please don't let them hurt you.
It's gonna be fine. I think it's gonna be good. I think James Gunn's gonna do a great job. And it can't be worse than it's been. So that's how I feel.
Don't put that into. Why would you put that into the universe now?
I can't.
Yeah, Marcus.
There's no way James Gunn can do worse than what's already been done. I don't.
And yet now you've told the universe
to
challenge it. You've told the universe to challenge it.
I don't control things like that. Okay, later, CJ. Yeah, I think that's all I got. Let's see. Mr. Terrific looks great. I'm warming to the new Superman. I thought the suit looked off like a lot of people did, but I think that, it looks like that in some shot they released. It's not how it's going to look in the movie.
From like a long distance camera lens on
the
middle of the street. Yeah, I want to see what it looks like polished after like it goes through posts and everything. And the photos that we got yesterday is one of him getting ready, like crouched down and taking flight, as well as holding an object up. And when you see him like not just standing stagnant, the suit looks a lot more form-fitting.
I think it's going to look great on screen, So I'm not worried about it at all. I think they're going to kill it. I'm excited for DC. I think it's going to be good. I think James Gunn knows what he's doing. I've seen what he's done so far. Peacemaker was great. Guardians of the Galaxy was great. He's done good stuff.
Suicide Squad was great.
Yeah, Suicide. Yeah, there's no reason. No, the first one wasn't that great.
I'm talking about the James Gunn one.
He didn't do the first one? He didn't do the first one, huh?
No, David Ayers did the first one, and then Warner Brothers came behind him and changed the first one. That was during the historical time of studio interference.
So yeah,
they got cold feet after he made it, because David Ayers is like a gritty director. Like, look at his filmography. Like Fury with Brad Pitt. What is it with Jake Gyllenhaal and Michael Pena, where they're the LAPD cops. The two cops that take on the gang, like End of Watch or something like that.
Speaking of
Right on Netflix, he's like a real gritty director, and they went back and polished it and added all like the flashy lights and everything to it. And
speaking of Jake, when we gonna get Jake as Prophet? What's up? I'm excited about that. I mean, who knows if it'll actually happen just because it got optioned. I was looking at my books the other day and I saw Shadecraft from 2021. Remember that book? 5 issues got optioned by Netflix, and then we never heard from it again. I thought we would at least get more books.
All right, Mark, here's my problem. And it's so funny. I was so upset about it.
Get a Samsung, you'll be fine.
I was upset about the comic that I took a picture of the page. So yes, Jim Corrigan does say Spectre go, but then we see the disconnect, and Jim is standing there confused, saying Spectre with a question mark.
And what does the narrator bubble say there? That
if you use magic,
they dropped the spell that makes magic users forget how to use their abilities.
You will no longer remember how to conjure it. But again, it's the wrath of God, so I don't feel like that's a conjuration. I feel like
he's always been a supernatural character, and God, by definition, would have to be supernatural. It doesn't mean ghosts and ghouls. It means outside of the natural world. And again, if it's the biblical God, and in the beginning he created the heavens and the earth, that means he stands outside of nature. So he's supernatural by definition.
Right, but then we're saying that this bitch came up with a plan to cut off God? That's what I'm saying. Like, it's too much for me. I'm very, not loving that. It's just too much.
So I did not hear what Swagdo was talking about here. It might be a Hulk and Wolverine fighting Deadpool. That sounds
we've been talking about that on Friday nights for a long time. Like, if they're showing us all this, the first Deadpool trailer, when you see Wolverine go or Deadpool, one of them go flying backwards. Nick Comic Culture put out a post speculating that it's going to be a Hulk appearance and a Hulk fighting Wolverine at one point, and Deadpool's present watching the fight, kind of like in that Sabretooth clip, how he's there watching Wolverine fighting down people.
Eric Bana's Hulk shows up to fight Wolverine.
It would be more realistic and a lot more cool if they did the Ed Norton Hulk.
I don't care which one they do. Both of them be fun.
I
me.
would love for it to be Ed Norton. I just don't want it to be the MCU one. I think it'd be a better homage to like writing off the past, like what they're doing with the 20th century stuff. This is the end of that era.
Then
I
return my vote to Eric Bana Hulk.
Yeah. I mean, that's perfectly fine. It's technically Ang Lee Hulk though, because it's Ang Lee in the mocap suit for Hulk in that movie. It's literally literally the director playing the Hulk.
What is Nosferatu? No, I haven't.
Dracula film. It looks great.
Dude, you hadn't seen that trailer?
No.
You got to keep up with the chats, homie. It looks so good. Willem Dafoe is playing Van Helsing.
Shit. I got to do better.
Yeah, it's that. What's the director's name that did like The Northman and The Witch and The Lighthouse? Eggers.
All right, so Schulte, let's be clear. He's not responsible for The Flash. I mean, he was dumb enough to publicly say he was excited about it, but he's not directly responsible.
Peacemaker was mid.
Convoluted garbage. Guardian Suicide Squad can suck it. Tried 3 times to make it through The Flash. He didn't do The Flash. Peacemaker was beyond mid. That show was fantastic.
I love Peacemaker. I very much enjoy Guardians, and I like his
Guardians is. Don't attach the rest of the MCU's trashiness to Guardians. It's trash because they tried to copy him. He did it right.
Sorry, Track. Wake up, motherfucker.
Robert Eggers. There it is. Robert Eggers is doing Nosferatu.
Good.
I'm excited for that.
The Lighthouse.
Google to know he didn't do the Flash was filmed 3 years ago.
He meant good. Good.
Google to know he didn't do the Flash. Oh, good to know. Okay, I got you. Yeah, the Flash was made 3 years ago and got postponed during the strike era through the Ezra Miller trouble era. And I think that's one thing that hurt it even worse. If they would have made the Flash like in a regular schedule to its release date, they might have made a proper reset to the DCU. It just didn't really fit in the timeline very well.
Guardians, come on, Guardians. I walked out of the theater blown away, Barker. It was far better than I had ever.
I didn't even know there were 3 hours. I'm normally a big cheerleader for 3 hour long movies. Had I known that, I would have cheerleaded it harder.
I don't remember how long it was, but I remember it was awesome. And the music was awesome. Great music. Great choices.
Yeah, the Flash wasn't good, but it has nothing to do with James Gunn. Yeah.
More excuses.
James Gunn's tenure doesn't even start. We haven't seen James Gunn's first project from DC since he's been hired on as their big creative guy. The Peacemaker and Suicide Squad was during the old era, but since he's taken over, we haven't seen anything yet.
Great song, dude. It had its moment, didn't it? It had a moment. It was a great moment too.
Hell yeah, Jeffrey. That's like the intro you never skip. Never. Ever.
It was.
I hope we get the same music, but like a new dance for season 2.
I honestly wasn't sure if I cared about that show until I saw that intro. I was like, okay, right. Let's see what they're doing over here.
I agree, Swagda.
I didn't like Guardians that much, and I remember wondering why I didn't like it when I walked out, but I didn't. I thought I was bored most.
You were bored with Guardians 3?
Damn. And like the point, like I didn't care about.
Was it the animal torture? Did the significance of that just kind of glaze you over?
The genocide of an entire planet.
Yeah, I didn't give a shit about any of it. I don't know what my problem was. You know what it probably was is I didn't get to watch it with the homies. Actually, I don't remember what happened, but I actually had to go and watch it by myself, which is probably a big part of it. Why I didn't enjoy it, but because I was just bored.
You know, I remember company can make a movie. It really can.
It does. I had a horrible experience watching Deadpool 2, and it soured me. And then when I watched it on my own, I was like, I'm having a wonderful time. I love
Deadpool 2.
It was a good movie. It wasn't as good as the first one.
No, but I mean, like, I was so sour because I had a bigot in front of me, a crazy person to my left, none of the homies with me. So yeah, just sitting there like great. I swear I was going to kick the dude in front of me in the head. I was like so mad. Good thing his girlfriend had him in check.
Not right now. Look, I'm busy.
Hey.
Yes.
I will later.
Hi. Oh my goodness, a Marcus seedling. How delightful.
My son has things he needs apparently. All right, any more drama before we get out of here? Oh, we got Kyle in the house. What's up, Kyle? Good to see you. In Chicago, man. Good to see you.
Yeah, Rick Flag Sr. coming back for that ass.
Yeah, I was, dude. I was. And I know, and the whole time I was like, why do I not care about any of this? Because I'm usually I'm very empathetic. I care about everything, but I don't. And like I said, I think it was I was slamming the movie into my schedule because I didn't get to watch it with everyone else. So I think that was definitely
felt like a chore.
Yeah. So I think that probably did throw things off a bit. As far as Phase 4, Ant-Man wasn't that
trash.
Bad. It wasn't as good as I wanted it to be, but it wasn't that bad. What else was in Phase 4?
Exactly, Marcus. Exactly.
Yeah, I mean,
the absolute trash of Phase 4, unfortunately, because
the Marvels.
Thor: Love and Thunder is the absolute trash. That is the abomination.
I liked the Marvels. Okay,
I liked the Marvels too. The Marvels passes the replay test for me.
The musical part was painful, but other than that, I liked it.
Marvels didn't pass the first play test for me.
Yeah, no, terrible.
Thor 4, I wouldn't even watch. I wouldn't even go see it. The first MCU movie I just opted out of.
They did, as Beckerman pointed out, steal the plot from Spaceballs, though. It's true. Mm-hmm. Undeniably true. All right, I'm definitely going to watch it. Because I'm looking for more movies. I recently got a membership with, AMC or whatever, because Mark talked me into supporting the movies more. So I got a membership. So I've been looking for movies to go watch. So if that is a good one, I'll definitely go check it out. Marvel should not have been made. I liked it. And Brie was so pretty. Like, I remember.
I agree that Brie is pretty. I also agree the Marvels didn't need to be made.
You guys are haters, dude. Especially that last scene. That was fun. Come on, the post-credit. That was cool. The fight scene when they kept switching between. All right, I'm not going to do this.
I think the fight scene was
okay
pretty
for you and me, Marcus. We're there.
I don't think watering down and destroying your big X-Men reveal is beneficial. I think I'm just thinking of it opposite as earlier. I'm thinking of it more on a big picture. It did so much damage to the brand, and it's just kind of slowing down and ruining your X-Men reveal. And just so I didn't. It was cool seeing Beast, but what did it serve? Like, what purpose?
Yeah, I mean, it only serves in setting up. So if you do nothing with it, with so much stuff they've done nothing with.
Regardless of what they know that they're doing or not, it's setting up Secret Wars. Like, that's where.
Remember the other after credit scene? How they did the whole homage to Nick Fury at the end of Iron Man 1?
Yes.
And it was Kamala Khan going to recruit Girl Hawkeye to the Young Avengers, which was officially canceled this week.
Yep, because
so they've been spending 2 years working.
90% of what I may enjoy has to be destroyed.
I've been specking Young Avengers, so that sucks. There goes all that.
They introduced in the Captain America Winter Soldier show. They traded Hawkeye for Young Girl Hawkeye. They traded Ant-Man for Young Girl Ant-Girl. You got like Hulk's kid now there. Like, they've slowly rolled in all these characters. You got Young Girl Iron Man now, and they canceled Young Avengers.
I think that might not be canceled forever, though. That might have.
I think Riri is, because it's already made. It's been sitting on a shelf for over 1.5 years now.
They gotta figure out what they're doing.
Werewolf by Night was pretty great. I agree.
Yeah, Werewolf by Night, phenomenal, so good.
And to think that a musician made that movie, a musician was like, "This is my first directing gig," and
and this is something that I think about is how much of us old people who are kind of fueling this market in many ways are preventing that market from reinvigorating itself. I don't know that to be true, but I wonder about it. Are we, by hating on everything that might appeal to young people, are we preventing?
Well, the problem is that we belong to the demographic with the money, and that's a big problem.
Yeah.
Let me ask you something, Marcus. When you were a young person, let's say you're 12 years old. When you're 12 years old, how much did the opinion of 30 to 50-year-olds that you've never met mean to you and what you enjoyed?
Yeah, that's fair. But I don't
Zero.
think, but that's not what we're talking about, though. We're not talking about young people being affected by it. We're talking about the manufacturers and the creators of this content being affected by it.
We don't affect the creators, obviously, because they're still making shit. They didn't. They would have stopped a lot sooner if they listened to us. They don't start listening until they lose enough money.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
also, I do want to give Disney their flowers. Inside Out 2 was phenomenal from everyone who's seen it. My kids loved it. Pop Pop said it was great. And it crossed $1 billion. So Disney, Pixar got a huge win with that one.
Took my kids to see that, and I was really, the thing I love about Inside Out is how it teaches emotional intelligence, which is something that was entirely absent from my childhood education. They did not teach you. You weren't allowed to have emotions.
Yeah, I haven't seen the second one yet, but I like the first one a lot. I'm looking forward
The
to
second
seeing
one's good too. I haven't seen the first one actually, but I did enjoy the second one, and it was just really intelligent in terms of teaching kids, hey, these are your feelings. It's okay to have them, and all kinds of stuff. So, and it's a lot of the work that I've been doing with my kids. It was reinforcing. So, I really enjoyed that one. It was good. Agreed, 1,000%. Anything else before we get out of here? Any other things to mention?
Cliff looks great in green.
Thank you. Oh my goodness.
You sexy motherfucker. What's
I like
going
your
on?
V-neck T-shirt.
Hey, can we get Straight Cliff for the shout out to you?
What you talking about, Straight Cliff? What do you mean? What do you mean? What you looking for? What you looking for, Marcus?
I need that. I need the trucker hat.
What you want, Marcus?
Where's
Marcus,
the trucker hat?
What you got? What you got? I don't know hat. I left the hat behind. Come on. What do you want? What do you want, Marcus? What do you want?
Oh, what's going on with Cliff on Comics? Clifford NY. Link is in the chat. What's up?
Coming soon. Cliff claps coochie. That's what's coming. But no, in all seriousness, join me Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for Comics and Coffee with Cliff. This week's guest will be 22 Comics. And the following week we'll have Scotty Vaughn. And the week after, I'm going to have Super Slabs. So I'm really looking forward to a great month. Also, Saturday afternoon, evening, wherever location you are, or Saturday night, if you're in the UK, like my host Peter, I will be on Triple G, and we're just going to have a wonderful time over there. So it's really a lovely weekend that I've got planned, and I'm really looking forward to it. So thank you.
I cannot wait to clip.
And don't mess with a motherfucker again.
I'm so clipping Straight Cliff. It's going to be fire. Can't wait to put that one up. Thanks for jumping on, Cliff. Always appreciate you, brother. Link is in the chat. My man, Mark, what's going on with you?
Sunday nights at 8:30 at Weeks In live stream on my channel. And this is the Legion Loot giveaway night of the month. So the New Mutants 98 giveaway is happening. Don't forget there's a bunch of signed Ghost Machine books in there. There's a signed by Liefeld, remarked by Liefeld stuff in there, original art. It's a massive Legion Loot. And to celebrate Deadpool coming out, one lucky channel member is going to be the owner of an original New Mutants 98. As well as some AI art.
Ooh,
Oh, no. Oh.
I'm sending it to Brecker.
Wait, one of them is legit, though, right?
So that's
That
Frank
one's
Cho, issue number 1. And that's Matina, issue number 2. What's crazy is, dude, I bought this to put in there because, like, it's the cover of the year. I'm not going to speculate on how he made it, but it's still the cover.
That is a nice cover.
It's ridiculous, and it sucks with the screen and everything because it like makes it so hard to see. But
you can see
feel
it.
like,
Though.
I feel like he like definitely ripped Alex Ross if he ripped anybody on that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love Matina art. It's a shame what happened. I hope he learns his lesson and keeps on trucking.
Beckerman is
well. The
asleep,
sad thing is, he actually could do art.
Original Deadpool art by Marvel Comics artist Jerry DeCard. That will be in there as well.
Nice. Very nice. I can't wait to get that in the mail. That's going to be great. Thank you so much for jumping on, Mark. I appreciate you as always. Link to Legion of Comics is in the chat. Of course, live streams. Are you going to keep it on Tuesdays, even with the switch?
Yeah, today was the first day.
I saw Tuesdays, Friday morning,
great.
Sunday nights. Check it out. And of course,
and content all week long. And you can also follow my reviews over on Instagram, where the Acolyte Season 6 episode has already been reviewed and it is posted. This episode earned 1 Timu Hellboy out of 10.
Thanks, Timu.
Oh my.
All right. That's all we got this week. Thank you so much to the chat for keeping it lit and interesting. Thank you to Mark for jumping on, as well as my friend Gay Cliff and Straight Cliff. I appreciate both of them for hanging out with me for another episode of FOC and Chill. But that's all I got for you this week. Until next week, peace. Comic book fan.